Good afternoon. Today is Friday, June 17th. The time is 1:10 p.m. and at this time I reconvene the certification hearing for the Board of Voter Registration and Elections of Beaufort County. Can we please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, we'll administer the oath.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am duly qualified, according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been appointed,
to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been appointed,
and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect,
and
defend the Constitution of this state,
and defend the Constitution of this state
and of the United States, so help me God.
So help me God. Board, will you please rise to take your oath as well? I do solemnly swear or affirm that I am duly qualified, according to the Constitution of this state, to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been appointed, and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States. So help me God. Thank you. Okay. So yesterday we held our previously scheduled canvass hearing, and our intention was to certify the results of the June 14th primary held on Tuesday. During that meeting, during recess, we were asked by the state to retabulate all of the ballots for the entire election. This was to include mail-in absentee, fail-safe, early voting, election day results, and the provisional ballots that we approved and accepted during the canvass hearing. What they wanted in return was a copy of our results, the unofficial results after that. They also wanted a copy of all the zero tapes for each precinct and location, and the results tapes for each precinct and location, as well as the election night report that, if it was election night, would have been used to update SC votes. So we put out the notice that we were going to reconvene today at 1 o'clock, 24 hours later. We started the tabulation at 1 o'clock yesterday. We had to get everything ready because we had to get all the machines set up to be able to read these ballots again. So we started tabulating probably, the first ballot went through a scanner around 2 p.m. yesterday. We continued with the use of 8 scanners, 6 that you will see in your precincts on election day, and 2 which are much larger and can accommodate more volume at a time. With the use of those 8 scanners, the Board of Elections and our staff and Marie Smalls here as a team, we scanned each and every ballot, one location at a time. And we finished that tabulation between 9:30 and 10 o'clock this morning, at which time we had taken all of the results tapes and zero tapes and any other documents that the state required from us, and we sent that to them for review. And they have since reviewed our unofficial results, all of our zero tapes and our results tapes for every single, I say precinct, but to include mail-in absentee, fail-safe, provisional, early voting, and election day voting. And they say that everything matches. Everything, all of the results tapes match to what our report says. Along with that, when we were conducting this, each and every time we completed a precinct, we looked at the report that said precinct 1 had, 457 votes. And when we scanned the ballots, we too came up with 456. Each and every single aspect of this election, every single precinct matched exactly to what the results tapes from those locations did by election day. So with that being said, the state has looked at everything. They deemed that it all matched, and they gave us the go-ahead to go ahead and certify this election. So with that, I would like to move into this. And we went into this process very seriously. We had a game plan because, as you know, there were 31,000 ballots were cast. So we had to scan them each individually. Okay, so we went into it to ensure that we were transparent and with complete election integrity in mind. So there was a team of us back there all night from 1 o'clock until some of us haven't even gone home yet. We're still here.
There's some witnesses in there too.
Oh yes, there were witnesses all night. We had witnesses all night. We had spectators that came to watch, candidates, representative from candidates' political parties, private citizens. So we did have people in there up until it got fairly late at night. So, and they too were looking at our results tapes and our zero tapes and whatnot. So there were people here observing the process. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and move into the canvas portion of our the certification portion of our meeting today. And so I will read in the results of each of the races. So 98 out of 98 precincts. Oh, do what? Yeah, the unofficial. Yeah, because it is unofficial right now. 98 out of 98 precincts reporting. Okay. But don't we have to vote for it to be? Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. The 95 out of 95 absentee or early precincts are reporting. 150,109 registered voters. Ballots cast in total were 31,059. Republican ballots cast, 23,868. Democratic ballots cast, 7,191 for a voter turnout of 20.69%. In the Republican governor's race, Henry McMaster's had 19,635 votes. Harrison Musselwhite had 3,386 votes. Henry McMaster's won that race by 85.29%. Republican Secretary of State Keith Blanford had 6,327 votes. Mark Hammond had 13,850 votes. Mark Hammond won that race with 68.64% of the votes. In Beaufort County, I'm sorry, and these are all just county. Republican Attorney General race, Lauren Martell, 9,270 votes. Alan Wilson, 11,471 votes. He won the race in Beaufort County with 55.31% of the votes. Republican State Superintendent of Education, Travis Bedson, 3,105. Brian Chapman, 3,415. Kizzy Gibson, 1,570. Linda Leventis Wells, 1,938. Kathy Manis, 3,709. And Ellen Weaver, 5,078. Ellen Weaver won the race in Beaufort County with a margin of 27% of the votes. Republican Commissioner of Agriculture, Bill Bledsoe, 7,178. Bob Rozier, 2,822. Hugh Weathers, 8,764. In Beaufort County, Hugh Weathers won with 46.71% of the vote. Republican U.S. House of Representatives District 1, Katie Arrington, 10,708. Nancy Mace, 12,380. Lindsay Piper Loomis, 351. Nancy Mace won in Beaufort County with 52.82% of the votes. Republican State House of Representatives District 121, Eric Erickson, 955. Timothy Swain, 372. Eric Erickson won in Beaufort County with 71.9% of the votes. Republican Sheriff P.J. Tanner, 14,447. Jojo Woodward, 8,708. P.J. Tanner won in Beaufort County with 62.39% of the vote. Republican Auditor David Cadd, 13,315. Willie Terrell, 6,496. David Cadd won in Beaufort County with 67.21% of the vote. Republican County Council District 2, David Bartholomew, 1,333. Paul Somerville, 1,208. David Bartholomew won with 52.46% of the vote. Republican County Council District 4, Alice Howard, 1,060. Josh Scalati, 925. Alice Howard won with 53.4% of the vote. Republican County Council District 6, Michael Covert, 1,130. Tab Tabernick, 1,433. Tab Tabernick won with 55.91% of the vote. Republican County Council District 8, Paula Brown, 1,243. Johns Marsley, 999. Paula Brown won with 55.44% of the vote. Republican County Council District 9, Mark Lawson, 959. Shelley West Hodges, 472. Mark Lawson won with 67.02% of the vote. Republican County Council District 11, Tammy Reitz, 1,786. Stu Rodman, 901. Tammy Reitz won with 66.47% of the vote. Republican Question 1. Yes, in favor of the question, 19,199. No, opposed to the question, 3,832. Yes, 1 with 83.36% of the vote. Republican Question number 2. Yes, in favor of the question, 16,515. No, opposed to the question, 6,429. Yes, in favor of the question had 71.98% of the vote. Republican Question 3. Yes, in favor of the question, 20,214. No, opposed to the question, 2,606. Yes, had 88.58% of the vote. Democratic Governor Carlton Boyd, 153. Joe Cunningham, 5,572. Mia McLeod, 1,226. Calvin C.J. McMillan, 89. William H. Williams, 91. Joe Cunningham won in Beaufort County with 78.14% of the vote. Democratic State Superintendent of Education Gary L. Burgess, 2,034. Lisa Ellis, 3,790. Jerry Govan, 837. Lisa Ellis won in Beaufort County with 56.9% of the vote. Democratic U.S. Senate, Catherine Fleming Bruce, 2,880. Angela Geeter, 1,582. Crystal Matthews, 2,209. In Beaufort County, Catherine Fleming Bruce had won with 43.17% of the vote. Democratic State House of Representatives District 121, Marvin Lamar Bowens, 181. Michael F. Rivers Sr., 1,259. Michael Rivers won in Beaufort County with 87.43% of the votes. At this time, I would like to ask for a motion to certify these results and make them official.
I move to certify the election.
I second.
Beverly, second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? It is so moved that these results have now become official, and we do already have those official results. Do I need to do anything with these ones? No. Okay. At this time, I just have an announcement to make for your education. There will be 2 statewide runoffs on 2 weeks from this past Tuesday, which is what date? The 28th, on June 28th. If you did not participate in the June 14th primary, you can vote on election day in any party that you would like to on that day. The 2 races are for Republican State Superintendent of Education, and on the Democratic side, U.S. Senate. Okay, so, but if you did vote in a primary on June 14th, you can only vote in that primary on June 28th. I just wanted to make sure that the voters of Beaufort County were the same party you voted for the first time. Okay?
What was the second one?
Democratic runoff U.S. Senate. Yeah. Yeah. And there are no local runoffs at this time, or at all. There are no local runoffs in Beaufort County. They will only be these statewide races. Okay? Does anybody have anything to add? No? Yes. Oh, the ENR report that was sent to the State Election Commission will be updated, although not immediately. They're still in the process of certifying the results for the state, but the election night report. So those numbers on scvotes.gov will be updated. They just will not be an immediate update. Okay? Thank you, Vernon. All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.